he actually fucking nuts? Like, is that the deal? Because you see him hyping fights, and then the last fight against our boy Scott Smith, you saw him after just talking shit about his team and stuff. Is that just him? Is he playing the game? Like, or is he nuts? What's the deal?
I think the guy's, he wants people to like him. Doesn't want to be looked at as a dick. Then something. I mean, he's a fighter in the truest sense. The guy just fucking gets down. But fucking, he just, I don't know, man. He is fucking nuts, I'll tell you that. He's crazy. He's a kook. And
are you excited to fight him again?
Yeah, man. Fuck yeah. I mean, I'm at a point in my career. I just, fights that are just, they get me excited. And, he feels like he'd won that last fight when we fought. And I think I won the fight hands down easily. But I'm excited just to put him a good show and knock him out.
Well, you guys both had a great fight last time. He picked apart Scott Smith quite handily.
You had one of the best performances you've had.
You just gave Phil Baroni a workover like nobody's business. And you started, you were like flying knees and fucking tossing down.
As soon as I heard that matchup, it was just like, man, Strikeforce keeps putting on better and better fucking fights,
So what's going to happen? Are you just going to like pound his head into into smithereens? Or are you going to like...
Smithereens, I like that.
Yeah, like classic.
Yeah.
No, I don't think anybody's pounded his head in, man. I'll give it a go, man. One thing that bothered me last time I fought, I fucking hit that motherfucker in the head with the kitchen sink, man. That guy, kept coming. Now, fucking, I've been working a lot on my punching power, getting my weight back down, because, that was a big problem. I thought I lost some of my power when I cut down to 170, but now I got all that stuff regulated, and I'm looking to take his head off, man.
Yeah, I thought you looked physically in great shape last time.
Yeah.
Hey, what about his striking game? That people talk a lot about it these days because it's looked really good in his last few fights, where he throws 160 punches and they're all kind of light to medium, real fast, but he lands 90 of them. Like, how are you gonna play with that? What's your game plan there?
Yeah, I fucking, I got the, I just out-athleticize him, I'm a better athlete than he is, and I'm faster than he is, hit harder than he is. He throws fucking boatload of punches, man, and he doesn't hit too hard. He pulls his hook pretty, he sits down on his right hook. That's about all he's got. But, he's a good boxer all around, he's good technique, but, I think that's the only thing you got to worry about. That guy, that's what he knocked me down the first round last fight with his lead hook, and kind of hit the back of the head with it.
Yep.
And besides that, man, that's just gotta watch that.
Well, maybe closing the distance is also a bit of a deal, because he seems to pepper people really nicely when he's got some space, right?
Yeah, stay in the right range for his punches.
He seems to keep people right in the range where he wants them.
Yeah.
And anytime
you watch my fight, man. You watch my fight. I wrote the book on how to beat him. I close distance when I want to. The same thing with Casey Nunes did, Mike Einer was doing with him, and you just, beat him to the punch. And then, when you want to punch, and when you don't. Just, stay out of range.
So would you say then you've got his number?
Yeah, I think I do. I do got his number, and he's, a fighter like that, you always got to be on your game, and fuck, I'm excited, man. I can't wait.
Can you knock this? Can you finish this fight? Are you gonna finish him?
Fuck, I'm going for it, man. I'm gonna finish him. He got finished one time in his career by Jeremy Jackson.
Yeah.
Long time ago, and and he's twice fighted Jeremy Jackson, and so to be the first person to stop him. That's fucking great. That's a nice feather on my cap.
And then knowing the history that you guys have, and knowing that he's nuts, like you just said, when you go to the weigh-ins or the press conferences or that kind of shit, are you on your extra guard? Are you sitting there thinking, this freak show is going to come at me? Like, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. There's been a couple times where I fucking, after we fought, I was down in Sacramento at some show, and I was getting ready. I thought we were gonna throw down there. So definitely, man. Fighting Nick Diaz. It's a lot of hassle. Just fighting him. It's not just fighting him in the ring. You got to deal with a bunch of annoying bullshit.
Yeah, and he probably won't say anything derogatory about you between now and the fight.
Right.
He's probably gonna keep it real clean. He's gonna be really respectful.
Yeah. Who knows what the fuck he might say?
Yeah, he's just gonna unleash.
Can he get under your skin? Like if he starts talking crazy shit about you or your personal life?
Nothing, man. Nothing. There's nothing I've heard before. I've heard it all. Fucking, you say whatever you want, man. I've had so many fights. I've done a lot in my career, You know, so I mean, I'm nothing you can possibly say again.
That's for sure. And you're on an upswing right now too.
Yeah.
Like you've been looking really good, and that must feel really good at this point in your career when you've been through some tough times. You're 30-10 now, and you're fighting big fights, and you're getting new fans. What does that feel like? Do you feel good?
He's 31-11.
Yeah, I feel no. One of those fights were they counted a K1 fight for some reason on the MMA record. So it's
Oh, okay.
no, but fucking, it feels good, man. I mean, I'm happy to be, to get some respect, fucking, because I've been in the ring, I've been through a lot of bullshit in my life, and to come out and to get some, always getting new fans is always cool shit. So that's great, man. I'm excited.
Cool. Can you do us a favor and wear a hospital gown to one of the press conferences and bring a little roller with an IV?
Yeah.
Then I'll come out and smack my bitch up too.
Yeah. Hey, thanks so much for coming on the show, man. It's a real great privilege to have you on, and you're a fantastic guest. But take a couple minutes, tell us what else is going on in your life. What do you like to do when you're not training and fighting and beating people up and getting your hand reset? What else do you like doing?
I'm just a big family man. I just love spending time with my little boy, my wife, and my wife's pregnant with. We just found out she's having a girl. So.
Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah, congrats, man.
How old's your son?
My son just turned 2. We just actually, for his second birthday, we took him out to SeaWorld and had a good time, man. It was real cool. So I mean, fucking having a little boy, it's fine. His age right now is great. So
yeah,
he's starting to understand what. A little more what I do and stuff like that. So it's great, man.
And when you go in and you're fighting and your win bonus is $10,000 or $15,000 or $20,000, and you're underneath somebody who's mounted you, punching you, do you think you're family?
Oh fuck yes. No, I mean for sure, man. I mean my last fight when I was fighting Phil, I was just beating piss at him. I think I was whacking the same lump on the side of his head like 5, 6 times. My hand was hurting, and you started thinking of your family, and you push through. So it's always good, the extra incentive like that.
That's super cool. And
yeah.
when's your daughter due?
My daughter's due in December. So my wife's got an incompetent cervix, so she had my first son passed away. So so we had to deal with that. So she's due in December, but she'll probably be due in like November or something like that.
Cool.
Yeah. And will you take some time off after this August fight for that, or would you?
No, man. I mean, God willing, I just keep the fucking hammer going. I'm the best in my career when I keep fighting back to back, and that's the way I like it. That's the way I've done the best in my career. So God willing, no injuries. After I fight Nick, and just keep going.
Cool.
Well, it's pretty awesome you've had as many fights as you've had, considering you're only 26, right?
Yeah, it really is fucking unbelievable.
Yeah, someone the other day was like, you're like 35. I'm like, you son of a bitch. Fucking I've had a lot of fights, but no, I'm just 26.
That is really unbelievable.
It's almost like you fought every week.
Yeah, we had Jeremy Horn on last week, and he was talking about how 1 year he had some insane 25, 30 fights or something. What's the most active you've been in a 6 or 8 or a year period?
I had 10 fights 1 year. I mean, it was nothing close to my Shidoshi, Jeremy Horn, but he fucking, Jeremy's fucking that guy's had a crazy amount of fights.
Yeah,
was
he's at 100.
Was that 2004 you had all those fights?
Something like that, 2003, 2004, something like. I mean, there was I think it was when I was making my push to get my UFC, shot. So
yeah,
I fought Kendall Groves and a bunch of guys back trying to get into the UFC, and I did. And so I think it was 2004.
That's it. That brings up an interesting point because, I was looking at who you had fought and who you had beat and your only couple losses in the UFC. And, I was thinking, man, fuck, Joe Riggs was 25 years old and on top of the game. But now you're fighting, the people must ask you about the UFC, but Strikeforce looks so good. Scott Coker's taking such good care of you. Do you want to stay there if the UFC called? Like, where's the career at that way?
I'm happy where I am right now. I didn't get cut from the UFC. I left. I asked for my release.
Yeah.